Prologue. When the bullets hit him, first his arm, then his stomach, it doesn't feel like he'd always imagined it would. Because of course, as a black boy growing in this neighborhood, he'd imagined it. He'd thought it would feel hot and sharp like the slice of a knife. Instead, his entire body goes cold, like someone has filled his insides with ice. The blood is a surprise, too. Not how much. He'd pictured it pooling around him. But how little. A warm, sticky trickle flowing from under his jacket where he fell to the ground. He hears heavy footsteps and voices coming closer, 2 of them. One is calling for an ambulance. They're talking loud and fast, not to him, but to each other. Check his ID. No, don't touch him. Fuck. And then, where's the gun? Get the gun. One of them says this over and over. There's no gun. He wants to explain, but no words come out of his mouth. He was wearing his headphones, Meek Mill blasting in his ears, when he thought he heard shouting, felt footsteps pounding in the alley. He turned and instinctively reached for his phone in his pocket to turn off the music. That was stupid. He knew better. No sudden movements. Don't be a threat. Do what they say. His mom had drilled this into him since he was old enough to walk. He didn't even have a chance, though. His mind moved so much slower than the bullets. An image comes to him. His face on the news. He knows exactly which photo his mom will choose. His school picture from last year, 8th grade. She was happy he'd finally smiled in it. He usually tried to keep his mouth closed to hide the gap in his teeth, even though just last week he'd overheard Maya in line behind him in the cafeteria call it cute. He pictures Riley Wilson, the pretty one on Channel 5, with her bright red lips, her voice smooth as melted chocolate. 14-year-old Justin Dwyer was shot tonight by Philadelphia police officers. He looks at his phone on the ground next to him, screen shattered into a spiderweb of cracks. For a split second, he's seized with panic. His mom had made it clear when he lost his last phone that she wouldn't buy him another one. Then it hits him just as suddenly. It doesn't matter. In the backpack lying beside his phone, there's a brand new polo. One he bought with his allowance. $10 a week for good grades and doing the food shopping and making dinner the nights his mom works double shifts. He's scared he's never going to get to wear that shirt. He vibrates with nervous jitters like when time is running out on a test. There are so many things he still may never get to do now. Drive a car, see the ocean, have sex. As he hears the sirens growing louder, he starts to shake uncontrollably. He tries to stop himself from thinking about his mother. He knows what her cries will sound like because he heard them when his dad died 4 years ago. He won't be able to comfort her as he did then, rubbing her back, telling her it's okay, even though it wasn't, even though he was terrified that he now had to be the man of the house. It's okay. It's okay. He whispers the words to himself because there's no one else to do it. The officers are close, their scuffed boots eye level. Their voices float far away, jumbled with the shrill sirens and the chatter from their radios. One of them kneels near him. Hang on, kid. You're gonna be all right. Please, just hang on. He wants to tell them his name. If they know his name, he'll be less alone. Worse than the pain, or even the fear, is that he's never felt so alone in his life. A single star is visible in the hazy sky above, like the light in the fish tank in his room. It's something to focus on, something to hold on to, until whatever comes next.